The 1908 Nobel Prize in Physics went to this gentleman, Gabriel Lippmann, quote, for his method of reproducing colors photographically based on the phenomena of interference, unquote. This is a prize that comes with some controversy, and let's dig into what that controversy was. While Lippmann's work was done in the 1890s, it turns out back in 1861, a Scottish mathematical physicist by the name of James Clerk Maxwell produced the actual earliest color photograph. They did an image of a tartan ribbon. He photographed it 3 times, once through red, once through green, and once through blue filters. The different filters were not necessarily all that well done because the photographic plates weren't as sensitive to the different colors. Had the photographic plates been sensitive to all 3 colors equally, the image would have turned out much better, and perhaps this prize would have gone to someone else. Wait a minute, that doesn't look like a camera? Well, it's not. It turns out that Lippmann, before he worked on color photography, worked on other things that have actually impacted the lives of many, many, many people. He developed the world's first electrocardiogram machine. So when you go in to see your doctor and you worry about whether or not you've had a heart attack, they will hook you up to this machine, and this machine will go ahead and look at your vital signs and look at your heart rate. All of that was done the first time by the very same man that brought us color photography. Not all of his work was actually experimental. Some of it was theoretical. Now you might notice he's not in this picture. That's actually the Curie family, brothers of the Curie brothers and his wife, who's relatively well known, Marie Curie. They were the first to actually observe the phenomena of piezoelectricity, which is when you take certain objects and apply a lot of pressure to them, they will actually spit out some electrons or generate some electricity, so to speak. They were the first to experimentally see it, but our guy Lippmann here was the first to actually predict it mathematically. So not only was he a good guy in the lab off doing what he needed to do there, he actually was working out the math to a bunch of this stuff as well. So you got to give credit where credit was due. He was not just a one-trick pony who said, great, I figured out photography. He figured out all kinds of stuff. So now we finally get to Lippmann and his photography. Well, it turns out he used a much different phenomena. Rather than using 3 different colored plates, he used the interference phenomena of optics. As it turns out, as wave propagates through these optics, they behave a little bit differently. So what he did was he used a special photographic plate capable of recording details smaller than the wavelengths of light. The last light would pass through a supporting glass sheet, very thin layer, down into a nearly transparent photographic emulsion with these sub-microscopically small silver halide grains. Then it would create this image based on those standing waves that were created inside that material. So he actually could produce, and produce more often, reproducible results in color photography than any previous method, based on the fact that he was doing it based on these interference patterns rather than just taking multiple pictures and kind of mixing them together, which is what the Nobel Prize Committee awarded him for. But as you can see, it wasn't just one thing that he did over time. He had a lifetime of continued contributions to science. Now, his prize did, like I said, have a little bit of controversy to it, and maybe that controversy was deserved, but I think in the end they awarded the prize to the right person. Click like, subscribe, or follow wherever you see my videos. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you on the next prize.